Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and it's Debsy, and the place to be, it's Debsy. Ooh, Real Housewives edition. Debsy, boop. Happy Saturday, and hello dollies, dolls, doll faces. I know this is coming a little bit later than it usually does. Usually I do this video on, say, Thursday or Friday, but I'm gonna tell you, this week's episode of Real Housewives of Beverly Hills gave me all of the feels. And when I say all of the feels, I mean, I had to watch it 3 times before I could actually focus on things because it got me heated. It got me pretty heated. Hence the water. But there was a lot going on. I had a lot of emotion. So I'm gonna break it down. There were 2 key players. Let me say, when I say key players, I mean my favorites this weekend. You know, my number 1 favorite is Garcelle. Always and always. And the other one was Sutton. There was a bombshell that was dropped, and there was a queen that was slaying, that was laying it down and slaying it. So first of all, let's start this off. I want to start this off on a funny note because I'm gonna insert it in here somewhere. This was the best face of the entire night. Well, yes, I'm going to say the number 1 best face for me of the night was when they were still at Dorit's charity event. And after everything had gone down, Garcelle and Sutton had both said to the charity ladies, you don't have to stay for this if you don't want to. One of the other ladies was like, I'm just gonna go refresh my drink, and skedaddled. The other one that I just showed, seriously, that was the look of, I'm disgusted by this, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna tell you, if that was me, I would be showing the same face. I would be like, I'm disgusted, but you will have to pull my limp dead body from this table before I get up and leave. I will die at this table. So there we go. That's just a little humor before all of this. So number 1 big thing in the night, Sutton drops the bomb. Well, she says, speaking of friends being liabilities, she was contacted and she received a letter from a lawyer that is involved in a lawsuit against the Girardis. And immediately, Erica starts yelling about, I told you not to say anything. And then they flash back to what she's referring to. She's referring to the fact that Sutton probably was contacted because at the reunion, Sutton had brought up the fact that she heard a rumor. She heard a rumor that an associate left Girardi and Keys because of shady activity that was going on. Dorit said, you were contacted because you were the only person. And Garcelle had said, listen, she wasn't the only person. Then they showed Garcelle had asked Erica about it. Dorit brought it up. Kyle brought it up. Sutton had said also she hired a litigator to answer the questions, and then later on she had told Kyle that Sutton isn't being sued. She's not being sued. She was just asked to be a third-party witness for the prosecution in the case against Erica. Sutton had said, you're facing multiple lawsuits. Erica was like, yes, I know. And Sutton had then said, so I don't know why you're calling me the liability. True, all true. So after Garcelle had said, she's not the only one who spoke up, well then who has to come in? But of course, here comes Diana, Miss I don't have a storyline, Miss I'm a nasty woman, I'm a biatch. She comes in, she says that Garcelle is the most guarded, and that Garcelle, you haven't done a lot to get to know me. And Garcelle was like, well, you haven't done a lot to get to know me. And then off camera, Garcelle was like, listen, number 1, she trashes me in a group text and spelled her name wrong. Number 2, she showed up at Garcelle's party and she was a bitch. So as Garcelle had said, if you want to get to know me, Google me. That's it. Google me. End of story. So who has to come in here? Of course, one of the 2 shitsters of the whole lot, and that is Rinna. Rinna has to come in. Do you hear now? Rinna says, do you hear her? Do you hear what she's saying? She says that to Garcelle about Diana. Garcelle was like, well, what did you hear her say? She says, do you see? She's hurting. She's hurting, and she's just upset and hurting. They look over, you see, and her head's down, and she's smiling, and she's not hurting, please. Diana says, I would like to know you differently. And Garcelle says, I would like to as well. Then Garcelle says, how do you feel about that, Rinna? And Rinna was like, I feel good, but why did you have to say it like that? Oh, I mean, come on. So then it gets into like a whole discussion of why Rinna says something like, or Garcelle says, where do you think I'm coming from, or this and that? She says, I think you're fearful. Garcelle's like, what am I fearful about? She's like, we all have fear. Erica's like, oh, I do. You do, Erica. And Rinna then tells, listen, and then Rinna says to Garcelle, you need to come from a place of love. The one who just screamed at a charity event the F word several times at Sutton. Listen, hypocrite much? I'm just saying. The other big thing that was going on was Rinna's launch party for Rinna Beauty. I don't know why they needed a launch party. This Rinna Beauty has been in existence for a few years now. So at the beginning, Kyle invites the girls to her house in Aspen. She offers for them to stay at her house, which Rinna was like, I'm staying at your house. Or you can stay at another house that's a few miles away. Garcelle's like, I'll stay at that house. Diana doesn't want either one, and Diana is going to stay at a hotel. So the person who's like, you don't work hard enough to get to know me, is now staying at a third location. Because she says she's too demanding. Yeah, she has to have her people go and set it up, go ahead of time and set it up, and right. So after all the talk about the liability, Kyle, of course, has to bring it up yet again. Why do you think she said, why do you think you called her a liability? I didn't even pay any attention to what Erica said about this because I'm tired of her. But then Erica had said that Garcelle's relationship with Sutton is stopping people from getting to know her. Garcelle replied by saying off camera, you can treat me well and treat her badly, and I'm not going to be okay with you, because just because you treat me well and her badly, it doesn't matter that you treat me well. You're treating her badly. And she had said it doesn't have to do with Sutton. If she said, if I see someone treating someone badly, I'm not going to want to be friends with them. True. Makes sense. Dorit then, of course, has to also get in there. She has to get in there and help out Erica as much as she can. And she says it was mean for her to say in public that Erica has a lot of lawsuits. Listen. And then Erica said, and then Rinna says, it was mean. Listen, Sutton is not bringing up something that people don't know. You can go out there and you can Google it. As a matter of fact, go out there. Take time. I'll wait. Just go out there. Go into Google. Type in Erica Girardi lawsuit. Type in Girardi. Type in Erica Jane. Guarantee you're going to see something. It's everywhere. Everybody knows that she has these lawsuits against her. So I don't know what the problem is with that. In the middle of all of this, once again, Here comes Kathy Hilton bringing the humor. The quote from her was, I have worked with the homeless. I have worked with the toothless. And that was just because they couldn't get the name of the charity right. Like, it's homeless, not toothless. I'm sure they do good work, but the name could be changed to something a little better. Okay, so then go back to it. Rinna then has to say, cut me some slack. I'm grieving, which once again, I feel terrible that her mother died. Lois seemed like a genuinely really nice person. She did seem like a lovely woman. But moving forward, you can't do this where you scream at people constantly, tell them we're okay, I forgive you, and I'm going to drop things. And then 10 minutes later, you're screaming at them. I mean, I can cut you some slack, but this cannot be, you can't use this as a crutch for the rest of your life, I mean, I lost my father last year. I don't start screaming at people and then use that as my excuse for bad behavior. It's not. Sutton then went on a tangent about, I don't even know what she was trying to say. She wasn't making any sense, which prompted Erica to say, and I have a drinking problem, and then looked over at Garcelle. Erica then said to Garcelle, you tried to push that false narrative that I have a drinking problem. And Garcelle had come back saying, no, I was just saying you need to figure out your ratio of drink to medicine, to medication. And then Erica had said, I feel like you went to the ladies separately and talked about this and tried to stir things up. Much like you did with Crystal's eating disorder, because that's what that felt like to me. And then came the absolute best line of all time. And that is, Erica said, is that to make me look bad? And Erica and Garcelle said, I don't have to make you look bad. You do that all on your own. Boom. And let me insert Kyle's face here. That was the face that we all made. Erica then basically said that she's making herself look like a liar. Of course, Dorit then stands up for Erica because big surprise. And after that, Garcelle was like, you know what? If you want your life to burn down around you, fine. Let it burn. That's it. Sutton then said to Erica, I'm going to call you so we can discuss this. And Erica said, please don't. Sutton, listen to me now. Here's the people you're going to cut out of your life. Rinna, she's not your friend. She brought you on the show. She's not your friend. Number 2, Erica. If she says don't call her. You don't need that. And that's it. So it's a lot. It's a lot this week. And from looks like the second part of the season, I guess it's the second part of the season, is going to deal a lot with this some kind of fight that starts on the girls' trip to Aspen. And I believe it's between Kathy Hilton and Lisa Rinna. So there's that. But everybody, I hope you are having an amazing Saturday. I hope it's been a great day, not just a good day. And if nobody told you yet today, I love you, you're loved, seen, and heard. Please make sure that you put kindness, compassion, acceptance, hope, and positivity out there. We all need it. And please have a great day and stay safe. I love you guys. Bye.